Welcome to the UFL. I don't know what you dudes thought. One of the best leagues in New York. So let me know if you love the sports. Stephen J. Dawn and Ghost are your hosts of Real Tough Talk. Welcome to the UFL. I don't know what you dudes thought. One of the best leagues in New York. So let me know if you love the sports. Stephen J. Dawn and Ghost are your hosts of Real Tough Talk.
What's going on, people? What is the deal? Welcome back to another episode of Real Tough Talk. I'm here with Ghost. I'm Stephen J. And we're excited to talk to you about this Real Tough Talk, I would say Christmas edition, right before the Christmas holiday.
Well, but pretty much to these guys on the field, it's another week, another set of games, a lot of excitement on the field. We're getting into the meat of the action. All the teams are out here playing. We get to see everybody put it all on the line. We finally get to see Sour Factor, who didn't play last week, get to play this week. So all the teams are here ready to play and get into this action.
And if you look under me right now, you'll see the big topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to have the highlights from the games of this week. Also, you have one UFL quarterback announce his retirement at the end of the season. It's going to be interesting to see that. We're going to talk more with the UFL commissioner, has something to say, a statement to the league. That's going to be interesting. So we got a lot of interesting topics, and also we will choose the dance-off winner of the UFL dance-off. So we have a lot of interesting topics to talk about today on Real Tough Talk.
Well, you said it here. A lot of interesting things this week. A lot of things going on. I'm just worried about who's going to win those that contest, the dance contest, because we had a lot of interesting entries this week, to add to last week and whatnot. But this week, I think is really where we got to the meat of it, and we got to see who's going to be the winner of this contest. Well,
that being said, we're going to jump into the first game we want to talk about, Slaughterhouse versus the U. The U comes in off of a loss to IOD. They don't have their leader. Swiss is not here, but he also still injured anyway. So we're going to have to see how that's going to impact the team. They would have Dev and Menstre making their debuts of the UFL this season. So those are two big additions this week. And then you have Slaughterhouse coming off a loss to the Browns. And it seems like this Slaughterhouse team can't beat elite teams, because you see them lose to the Browns last week. So people don't really take this team seriously. I think they're very serious. They got the quarterback, Ramsey, who's a very good quarterback. They come from a 7-1-8 league, and if you can survive in that league, you should be able to survive anywhere.
Well, pretty much, I look at this team, and I see them play. I see Ramsey taking the helm for this team. There's a lot of guys that are playmakers on this team, and I feel like when they play to their best of their ability, they can compete with a lot of teams out there and actually surprise them. Ramsey's a really good quarterback. They have a lot of guys that play for him. But if they play to the caliber that they need to, I feel like they can compete, and maybe they can beat the Browns or whatever if they really play at their highest level.
Well, that being said, we're going to jump right into the game and let you know what's going on. We're going to start with Slaughterhouse on third down. And you're going to see Ramsey stows deep to his receiver, but it's picked off by Brown, giving the ball to the U. Great play by Brown. Brown is a more physical corner. I wouldn't say he's a shutdown corner, but he's a guy who's very physical for his size, shows a lot of toughness, and he does get interceptions from time to time. And here's another one from the add to his stat book.
And the thing about you saying that he's physical, you wouldn't really look at him and see that he's a physical corner, because he's more on the shorter side for most players. He's a smaller guy, but he makes up for with his physicality, his heart, and he doesn't stand out to nobody. He steps up for that play, and this is why the U has him making a big play here.
You're going to have the U getting the ball, and JJ gets the start. JJ throws for YMM. He throws for SYS. He throws for Newman. He throws for the Raiders. He throws for a few teams. So this kid is going to come up similar to like a Nelson-style quarterback, tall, strong arm. I don't think he's as elusive as I don't think he's as elusive as Nelson, but he's definitely a great player. Definitely can make plays at the quarterback position. On second down, at the 30-yard line, JJ's going to get rushed. He's going to end up throwing an interception to Jay, giving the ball back to Slaughterhouse. And this is a bad mistake by JJ. He has to make a better decision on this. Doesn't he? Gives the ball back to Slaughterhouse. Great pickoff by Jay.
Well, we already see a glimpse of both quarterbacks making mistakes in this game. But with JJ, you really see that, right away when he gets under pressure, he makes a decision, and it's not necessarily a good one. He makes a throw that he probably didn't necessarily need to make, and it ends in an interception. So that's something that a defense is going to watch and probably keep sending guys to pressure JJ. Maybe they can force some turnover.
On first down, on 4 rush, you're going to see Ramsey run the ball to the right sideline. And with great blocking by the Slaughterhouse receivers, Ramsey's going to run it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. With that, should probably be 7-0. And Ramsey is a great running quarterback. I say, other than Rudy, he is the fastest running quarterback in this league, speed-wise. Other than Rudy, I think he's the fastest guy here. He can definitely turn it up a notch, especially has the ability to play receiver, some defensive back, because that speed, but this time he showed it as a quarterback position. Great touchdown run by Ramsey.
And this is what sets him apart with a lot of quarterbacks in the league in general, that he's very elusive no matter what type of play, what part of the field that he's playing on. Either he has to run, either he has to make a throw off the rollout. There's a lot of things that Ramsey can do that can fool and mess with defenses. He's able to take off on this play and get them 6 points on the field just by his legs alone.
You're going to have JJ getting the ball back. He's going to get blitzed. He's going to roll to the right. 2 defenders follow him, giving Jay an easy pass to Buckwheat, who makes a big gain for Slaughterhouse. And then Slaughterhouse is going to also get a flag on the play, giving the U few yards from the end zone. Last down, Jake is going to find Buckwheat wide open in the end zone for the touchdown, 8-7. And now JJ is getting comfortable. But when you have a receiver like Buckwheat, who can't be comfortable? I can throw passes with this guy playing receiver.
But I have to give this drive and these last 2 plays to JJ for this score, because on this last one, when he rolls out, he drags the defense with him. They follow him to the right side, and because they follow him to the right side, they leave Buckley wide open in the middle on this play, and that's how they got that big yardage to set up the touchdown a few plays later. At JJ, with that rollout, is the key to that drive. When he did that, he was able to attract defense. That's a great play by JJ.
Third down, Ramsey gets blitzed by Dev, and Mo's going to give Ramsey extra time. Great blocking by Mo here. That second gives him a chance to throw deep, but the receiver's going to drop the ball. Can't make mistakes like that. They end up punting the ball, and you've got to be able to help your quarterback out with these catches. He doesn't here. Forces this Slaughterhouse team to punt. The U's going to get the ball, but they're going to end up turning over on downs, giving it back to Slaughterhouse. Ramsey's going to toss it up. It's going to be incomplete, taking us into the half, 7-7. The U with 7-8. The U with the lead. And right now we got a slow-going game. I think when you have the U without Swiss, you see a different team. They're not as disciplined as they are with him, and they keeping Slaughterhouse in the game, something that you don't want to do, because one thing about Slaughterhouse, they got playmakers, and if they get a little bit of an edge, they can take over a game.
And the thing about the U right now, not only are they missing Swiss, so there's a little bit of disarray on their team, but they're also molding JJ into their fold as well, actually giving him a starting quarterback spot. So now he has to get comfortable with their team. So now these are 2 steps back, I would say, starting out in the game, and you should see it here as they had a slow start. With Slaughterhouse, this is just Ramsey not necessarily taking advantage himself, but he makes up for it with that touchdown run. But he has to make some throws in order to keep Slaughterhouse in this game. Third
down, you're going to have the U with the ball. JJ's going to throw a nice pass to Shannon, cutting across the field for a big gain and a first down. Shannon just stays in bounds. Great play by Shannon. Last down, JJ on 4 rush. He's going to dodge a tag, roll to the right, and throw it to a wide open, again, Buckley in the end zone for the touchdown. 16-7. Great play by the Sioux offense. Buckwheat is on fire, and JJ keeps throwing gasoline on the flames.
And it's the same thing he did in the last drive. When he rolls out, the defense follows him to that side of the field, and they leave their receivers open. This is something that the defense needs to fix. They don't have to have all their guys follow the quarterback. Obviously, JJ can see that the defenders are playing a quarterback spy. They're following him and leaving Buckley wide open again for the touchdown.
Third down, 4 rush. Ramsey's going to get sacked here by Tim. Great play by Tim coming up with the big sack. 4th down, Ramsey's going to throw a pass out of bounds, turnover on downs. I'm going to credit for that sack. Tim got to get credit on this play. He usually plays different positions. He's playing ball giver today, and because of that, he's willing to do whatever it takes for his team. Comes up with a big sack here. Next play, JJ's going to scramble for the rush. Throw the ball in the middle. A great interception. Jay's second interception of the day. JJ's second interception thrown of the day. And this has to be a top 5 play. We're going to have the return of top 5 also, which is another topic we're going to talk about. But this definitely has to be up there for a top 5 play. Great play by Jay.
And this is just JJ, again, getting pressured by the defense and not making the best throw that he needs to on that play. And that's something that the defense obviously picked up on, because now JJ's causing turnovers to the same guy. Jay making that great interception, something that the Slaughterhouse team needed, knowing that they just turned over the ball. Now they have another chance. 2nd
down, Ramsey's going to throw a nice pass through Brown to Big E for a big gain and a 1st down. Great throw by Ramsey. Then you're going to have Ramsey on 4 rush. He's going to run for a nice gain to get them in the red zone. Then you're going to have him on 3rd down. Ramsey's going to find E in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. 16-13 with the 2-point conversion, which is picked off by Kaka. 16-13. You're going to have Slaughterhouse jumping right back in the game, trying to fight to this with this to the end of the game.
And I give this score to the defense. When Jay was able to make that interception and they were able to pressure JJ, that gave Ramsey and the offense a chance to recover from that turnover they had in the last drive. They're able to make it up here. Now they're right back in this game, and it's all up to them to lock up on defense again.
1st down, JJ with great blocking is going to throw downfield to a wide open Shannon for the touchdown. Shan the man. 22-13. Shannon Man gets involved in the offense and finds the end zone.
And after they make a good defensive play in the last drive, they make a horrible defensive play on this play right here. They leave Shannon standing there for days, and the ball sat in the air for days. Nobody's able to react to the ball. That shows how long Shannon was standing there open. And they gave JJ all the time in the world to make that play. And Shannon's sitting there comfortably waiting for the ball to fall. Touchdown for the U.
Shannon gets hurt on the play. But I love the fact that with his concentration, sees the play, the ball dying, goes down, takes the hit, but holds on to the ball. That is a veteran play. But remember, Shannon plays college ball, so this is nothing to him. He's used to the contact, comes up with a great catch, giving his team the 22-13 lead. Next possession, with the clock running out on the kickoff, CJ lets the ball bounce in the end zone, but runs it out and gets tagged by Kaka near the 5-yard line. Kind of a bonehead university play. You might as well just take it in knee. Why bring it out there? But he decides to and gets to the 5-yard line. Last play, Slaughterhouse. Ramsey throws it short to CJ. Ending the game, 22-13. The U comes away with a 9 victory, but they'll take it.
And the point is, even if it's an ugly victory, they're going to take that ugly victory. But I think that their time is running out with these ugly victories because they had a couple this season already. So I feel like when the serious teams that start coming up, they have to fix this because they're not going to survive playing like this throughout the season. I'm sorry to say they're a better team than this, and they cannot keep going the way they're going so far.
I believe they're 2-1. Are they?
Okay.
They're 2-1. They won their last 2 games without their leader. No, I'm sorry. They're 1-1 without their leader. They lost last week, they won this week. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? They still getting the quarterback down. You know, they're still trying to figure out what they're doing with that. They just got Dev back. They just got Mestre back. This team is gonna be okay. They're used to doing this. They don't have fish anymore, so they're going through another stage. But
I hope for them that they do.
They're gonna make. I believe they're going to make a nice turn.
Okay.
Obviously, they got their work cut out with teams like the Browns, ILD. They got teams here that's going to fight them for it. But I think as long as they got playmakers, Buckwheat and Shannon and Swiss to make these plays, this team is going to be okay, I think. You know, I'm hoping that they would. You know, I think they'll be okay. We're going to have an interview here with Shannon, and we're going to have a lot of questions to see what he thinks about, what teams think about him. About his team and where they're going this season. We'll be right back. What's going on? Stephen A. here with Brown and Shannon coming off a big win, 20-14. Take me through the last play of the game when you got open. What was called?
A couple plays before that, JJ was just telling me if I had like one-on-one coverage with the corner or the safety, just go. And a couple times I was open. So that play, I just ran the post, and he broke in play. I cut back the other way. The ball's in the air, and I'm just waiting for the ball to come. I see both receivers. I'm like, hurry up with this ball. This ball is, yeah, it was T-Talk. They was on me. So I just made a big play for my team.
People think that the U is in trouble, especially now with Swiss hurt. He ain't come today. People say that y'all don't look like the regular dominant U. What would you say to those people?
Of course not. If Tom Brady get hurt, what you think? Tom Brady get hurt. If any leader get hurt for their team, it's not gonna be the same. So we just gotta come out with a different mindset. Like we gotta play for each other. It's next man up, and it's time to rock. We know what we gotta do. We grind. That's what we do. People know what time it is. They know what time it is. They just see us losing, but they don't see us losing close games, losing tournaments, we losing Final Four, we losing close games. We don't get smacked. We lose close games. So people wish they could be in our shoes. I don't care.
Just know when that man get better and he's taking days off and not playing a lot of football, and when he's finally come on the field, it's over.
And then you gotta understand, it's easy for people that got quarterbacks that have been quarterbacking them for like 10 years or whatever. The last 3 games we had like 3-4 quarterbacks. 5, my fault. 5. So come on, we play with anybody. You see the person that we got. So come on, that's it.
We seen your defense. We seen your defense. We seen your defense look a little more consistent. You got Mestre and Dev back. What those players bring back to your defense?
They bring leadership. They bring experience. They've been playing for us. Mestre's in his 30s. Dev he's an old young G. He's old, but he's young. So he's been playing with Sugar for a minute. That just brings veterancy. That brings talking, communication. It just makes us better.
Last question. Right now, y'all 2-1. A lot of teams will take that 2-1. How do you feel about it? Because a lot of people say, I don't understand how they can say y'all in trouble when you're 2-1. So what does that say about the respect teams have for y'all then?
I mean, I think some teams still know what time it is. They still scared of us, but since they see us losing, they feel like they get a little bit of confidence. And when we lose certain money leagues, it's better for the league because when we win, you see what happens when we win. We get banned from leagues when we win. So that's what I gotta say, man. I don't care about everybody else. 2-1 is great for us. We take that. We never really went undefeated anywhere.
Will Swiss be back next week?
Will he be back next week? I doubt it, but even if he is or not, we just gonna have to play. We gonna play regardless if he here or not. Cause when he here we play, when he not here we play. We might play a little different, but we gonna get this thing rocking. We good. I'm here. We good.
Yo, check the tapes. Check the tapes, man. I'm always open.
We're gonna thank the youth for being with us, Brown, Kaka, and my man Shannon with the game-winning touchdown.
I'm getting tired of y'all.
Gonna see y'all on the site. We out of here.
Y'all know who y'all are.
As you can see, they're confident. He's confident in his team's abilities. He says teams know them. And I think that, when you won championships like they have, when you've been in battles that they have, I mean, they have no reason to panic right now, even though they got a little slow start, but they're 2-1.
I mean, at the end of the day, yes, they're 2-1. They still have a good record going. Yes, they have time to fix everything. Guys are coming back and whatever. They're going to start gelling together. But my point is, at the end of the day, hopefully everything gels by next week or whenever they play their serious games, because nobody's going to wait for them to get things going. Nobody's going to wait for them to get into their rhythm. They're coming for this team, and they're coming to beat this team down. So regardless of what, they have to be ready regardless of what week it is, because they don't know when a team is going to be ready to beat them and take a game from them.
Well, that being said, we're going to come to our first break. We got the U beating Slaughterhouse 22-13. We'll be right back. Real Tough Talk. We'll be right back. Next game up, you're going to have Rep City versus the Gunners. And usually I'm the villain. Usually people say that I'm the jerk or whatever of the show. But we spoke to Vaughn. And I'm pretty much a Vaughn fan. I'm cool with him. He's not happy with what you said about him not being able to quarterback. He don't feel that you show him a lot of respect. You don't show him any respect.
Listen, so at the end of the day, I guess in this situation, I'm the villain here. But everything that we say is just facts. And at the end of the day, we only go by the facts, and it actually develops the opinion that we have. So my point is, I'm not saying that he's not capable. He just hasn't shown it yet, you know? He hasn't shown not necessarily just the arm, but he doesn't show the confidence that he's going to make those throws and give his guys a chance to make plays on them. You know, that's my worries. I'm not saying he has to be the best quarterback in the world. I'm not saying he has to take over as best quarterback, like, you know, be on Chuck's level. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is sometimes you have to have faith in your guys and put it in a vicinity where they can do something with it. You know, that's it. Sometimes he hesitates, and sometimes hesitating is worse than making a bad throw.
You don't feel he can quarterback.
Listen, like
Keep
I
it
said,
real. Real.
when you hesitate, and this is any quarterback, hesitating is worse than making a bad throw. I'd rather you take a chance and make a bad throw than to hesitate. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of guys out there that agree with me on that.
He doesn't like Vaughn's wind up. He doesn't like Vaughn's the way he secures the ball. Vaughn has like a Tim Tebow type style.
Where is Tim Tebow?
You know, listen,
but that's a bad example.
Meaning his delivery can be a little slow. He has a slow windup. He does. But Vaughn has made some good throws, you know.
When he had the confidence to throw them. That's all I'm asking for. Take some chances. Sometimes he does, but at the wrong moments. Sometimes give your guys a chance to make some plays. They even yell at him about it. That's all I'm asking for. And I'm pretty sure they are too.
Then we're going to jump on Rep City, who they play, and we see finally the debut of Nick. We had Nick debut last week, but now we get to see him, you know, consistently play now to see what he can do. You know, Nicholas is Joe Blow's son, little Joe Blow, and we get more of an insight of how this kid plays, what this kid can do. So we're going to jump on the game now just to get an idea of this team. I think Hood needs to get it together with his squad. He has his blocker back.
Again.
What?
All I'm saying is right now, the Rep City team is playing with a short Gunners team. Regardless of what you say about how bad they are or whatever, but right now, they only have 5 receivers, 1 quarterback.
Right.
So this should just be a long game, a one-sided game.
That's true.
You know, so
they should blow this team out.
That's all I'm
Rep
saying.
City should blow Gunners out. But did they? We're going to have to see. Going to start off on 3rd down. Vaughn is going to throw a pass to William in the middle. It's going to be dropped, picked off by Nick, giving the ball right to Rep City. Nick showing the ability to play some defense. Definitely William with a big drop, giving the ball back to Rep City. Great play by Nick.
And this is not something that you want to see from the Gunners right off the bat.
Especially when you're short-handed.
Exactly. So you got to make now it counts more when you make plays like this and kind of drop passes, because now you're losing every chance you get, and you're not going to have a lot when you're short-handed like this.
4th and goal at the 5-yard line. Hood finds Vic in the corner for the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. Rep City takes a comfortable lead. 6-0. Let's see what goes on after that. 1st down. Vaughn is going to take a shot downfield to William. It's going to be intercepted by D-Boy, giving the ball back to Rep City. And now we see D-Boy makes plays. D-Boy is not considered a top corner. You know, people say he gets beat a lot. People say he talks more than he plays. It's great to see his play do the talking here, have an interception, giving it back to Hood on the offense.
Well, D-Boy is I would say he's streaky. He's back and forth. Sometimes he gets beat. Sometimes he'll make a big play. And that's D-Boy. You know, it's all about which one you get at certain points. Sometimes he plays big. Sometimes he can hurt you. But at the end of the day, he plays hard regardless of what. And this is a testament to that. He makes a big play for his team right now.
Last down, Hood is going to throw to Rel, who's wide open for the first. Rel isn't looking, incomplete, turnover on down. Now, I got 2 problems with this. One, why are you turning over the ball against a team that has 6 guys? And 2, we've seen Rel consistently dropping passes now. For him to be one of the best players, if not the best on the team, he has to come up with these plays, which he's not. How can Rep City do what they do, bring the city to 161, if their star player can't make plays?
And the sad part is, I've seen Rel play in so many other leagues, so many other games, and Rel is probably one of their main guys on their team. He's an athlete on both sides of the field. He can dominate at certain points of the game, but he's not showing that yet. We
Right.
haven't seen the best of Rel, and this team needs to see the best of Rel. They need the Rel that can dominate the game, but we haven't seen him yet.
Gunners are going to get the ball back. They're going to chop up the field. Vaughn is going to throw to Joe in the end zone. It's going to be incomplete, but it's going to be a flag on the giver, giving him another shot. Then on last down, Vaughn's going to throw to William in the back of the end zone. It's going to be caught, but out of bounds. What are you doing? Like, you're getting opportunities, and you're shooting yourself in the foot. This Gunners offense, I know you only got 6 guys combined, but when you have opportunity to make plays, you got to make them. They don't on this job. Rep C's going to get the ball, drive downfield, and on second down, Hood is going to find Nick in the end zone for the touchdown, 13-0, and now this team is on a roll. Hood is having fun with his new toy, getting the ball to Nick.
And pretty much that's all we've been hearing all game. Nick with the interception, Nick with the touchdown, Nick with the touchdown. He seems like the person who's going to take over for this team when everybody's slowing down and everybody's not in their rhythm. Nick is that guy right now that's going to take the helm and take the pressure off of everybody else. They need somebody like that when everybody else is not showing up.
You're going to have the Gunners driving, and D-Boy's going to end up getting ejected for cursing. Why? They have 6 guys. Why are you cursing?
Well, I guess he wants to make it even, you know? They only have 6 guys, so why not throw yourself out the game? You know, some penalties, help them get down the field. You're trying to make it even for them. You're trying to make it competitive, I guess, because I guess they felt it was too easy.
Not very smart.
I'm just trying to help them out.
Not very
you know?
smart. Darling needs to step it up. He's the coach of the team, but he has no control over the team at times. It seems like they do what they want to do, and they're keeping this game close right now. You're going to have second down. Vaughn is going to throw a nice pass to the sideline to William, wide open, in fact, in the end zone for the touchdown. 13-7. Gunners are coming back with only 6 guys.
And the sad part is, they gave them the opportunity with that penalty, with D-Boy getting ejected. That gave them the good field position for Vaughn to make a play. And the thing that I've been asking about this whole time, Vaughn having confidence to make a throw, and he makes this throw.
Don't be a fan now.
I'm not saying I'm a
Don't be a fan now.
Listen to what I'm saying. He took the advice. He took the chance. He made that throw.
Don't jump on Vaughn-inator now.
I didn't say nothing.
I got you, Vaughn-inator. Great touchdown pass. You're going to have first down. Hood is going to go downfield to Tess, and Tess must have been testing himself and failed it because he ended up dropping the pass. Second down, Hood throws to Cello. Who's going to drop the ball? His arm is going to be picked off by Joe. Maybe Hood should learn to throw to himself because none of his receivers can catch it. Third down, struggling through the drive. Hood finds Nick in the end zone for the touchdown. 19-7. Go to Nick all day. Give Nick the ball no matter what, because he's the only one seemed like he knows that this team needs to blow out Gunners because Gunners are short-handed. 19-7, Rep City.
And he's just showing how hungry he was in the last week that they didn't really get a chance to play, you know, to their level. You know, Nick is actually, you know, showing his talents now. He's showing that he's ready to take his team where they need to go because obviously nobody else does. So obviously Hood needs to just look for Nick throughout the game because nobody else is showing up. Nick is here. He's going to help you win this game.
We're going to jump into the second half. On first down, Hood is going to throw short to Meach. And what do you think Meach did? He drops the ball too. What? Then on second down, Hood decides to throw to Vic. But I don't think Hood really wanted to throw to Vic. He wanted to throw to William because William ended up picking the ball off. Interception by Gunners, giving him the ball back. I don't know what's going on with this team right now. I'm very disappointed in them because they're keeping them in the game when they should be blowing them out and going home.
And right now is a game like this to show how much problems Rep City has right now. Yes, we've seen them start off slow. Yes, we've seen them catch up towards the middle of the season. We haven't seen them play this bad. We haven't seen them keep a team that they should be spanking out there in this game. They're actually keeping this team in this game when they shouldn't. That's embarrassing, knowing the situation that the other team has, and they're keeping them in this game. I don't understand. There's nothing else I can say right now.
First down, Vaughn is going to get sacked by Victor. Victor was an all-star last year. Great sack by Vic, helping his team out. Second down, Vaughn is going to throw a pass in the middle. He's going to have his receiver number 11 with a nice catch for a big gain. Then on last down, the 20-yard line, Vaughn is going to throw it up, is going to be tipped by a receiver to Joe, who makes a nice catch with the extra point. It's now 19-14, Rep City. 19-14 to a team that expects to win a championship, playing against a team with 6 guys. What?
I already said my piece already. I already said that they have problems. This is not the Rep City team that I remember. This is another team that is not ready to win. They're coming to play, but they're a shell. They're a shadow of their former self. And they need to fix this and fix this fast, because they have a chance to lose to a team that's short-handed. That's the worst way you can lose a game. I don't understand what's going on.
First down, Hood is going to roll right, throw deep to Rel, who has a step on the defender, but decides to drop the ball. And I'm not calling Rel an A player. I'm going to call him a D player for drops. Because in the last few games, he has dropped a lot of passes. And I don't know if he needs to get hungry, eat a sandwich, have a Red Bull, because right now, he's not showing anything. He should be elite, and right now, he's incomplete.
Well, I'm going to say this. Hood had some words for Rel on the field after that play. Pretty much he said out loud, it seems like Rel doesn't play in the church league. That's pretty much what he said. Meaning, Rel shows up in every other place to play for the team, but when he comes here, he doesn't show himself anymore. He's not the same person. It seems like when he walks on this field, he's a different person, and they're wondering why. Hood is wondering why, and that's a good question, and only Rel can answer that right now.
Hood is going to throw the Victor in the gap for a big gain in the first down, and then Rep City's going to get to the 1 yard line. Hood's going to toss the ball to Rel in front of the end zone for the touchdown. 25-14. Rel finally finds a football that he can hold on to. 25-14, Rep City.
And hopefully this is a wake-up call for them towards the end of this game, because they've been playing horrible this whole game. And it's only mistakes that they made. Do they have the talent to play better than this? Yes, they do. But they haven't shown it yet, and they're giving a team who's shorthanded a chance to get in this game. Finally, they're taking it back. Hopefully this is more of what's to come for this team so far.
You know, Vaughn getting the ball back. He's going to throw deep to Donovan on the sideline, who's going to run it. Who's going to run it for a nice gain in the first down. Then you have Vaughn throw to Joe in the end zone. That one is dropped. Unbelievable. Then Vaughn is going to throw it up to Donovan in the end zone on the incomplete end of the game. 25-14, Rep City with the win. And I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. Let's talk about the win. No matter what, to get the win, Rel catches a pass. Nick really shows what he could do. I would call him Nick the Great, because this guy really showing what he could do in this league. He showed what he could do in the summer league, which is where he really made a debut. He made great plays in Friday Night Lights. And this kid is the truth. He's going to be something, definitely giving Hood another weapon on offense.
And pretty much Nick was the only reason why, Hood was still keeping it together in the game. I feel like that was the only reason. Nick was playing for him. Everybody else was dropping passes, not playing at their level that they usually play. Nick was there for Hood. He was performing, and that's what kept Hood in the game. Hood made some plays too. He threw an interception himself, so he didn't play his best. But Nick was the guy that helped him win this game. And I feel if he didn't step on his field, it actually could have went another way to a team that was shorthanded.
And you're going to have Gunners. Much love and respect to this team.
Yes.
They came out with 6 guys. They traveled, and they played hard. And then they got their last guy who came late.
Yes.
At the end of the game, one of their main guys came. And I forget his name. I'm sorry. I don't remember his name. But if they had him, I think the team wins this game, possibly, or brings it closer than what it really was.
Well, they didn't have, their playmakers. They didn't have Dave, who you call Meanie Bones. He say he hates that name, by the way. They didn't have the twins, Zay and Cole there, making some plays, making guys miss. So their energy in this team they didn't have, and yet they still fought in this game. That's a lot that you give the respect to them. Vaughn showed some confidence in this game, knowing that Rep City was sleeping on him, and he made some throws in this game. So this is what the team's been asking for, and he chooses this game to make it. So hopefully if he plays this the way that he plays this game, every other game, he'll make things interesting for his team, to say the least.
I'm calling him Meanie Bones because that's who he reminds me of. If he want his own name, he has to step out his brother's shadow. Because right now, his brother's the one that everybody talks about.
True.
I think little brother has a talent to do it. But until he shows up consistently, he's mini bones.
But again, it's all up to if he has a quarterback that can
Right.
get them the ball. Vaughn has shown that he can in this game. Hopefully they can connect and more games to come and show exactly the height of Dave's play, or like you say, mini bones.
Now, Rep City. And I hope Ghost can bring the camera on me right now. Listen to me. I'm a Rep City fan. I think Hood is one of the most elusive quarterbacks in this league. Great on the touch pass. Definitely great at making guys miss. Definitely good throwing on the run. But this team lacks focus. And that says something about your so-called stars and your so-called coaching. Charlie wants to be named up there with one of the top coaches in the league, but he's not controlling his team. That has a lot of talent. So I'm calling you out, Tess, who won the All-Star MVP a year ago, I would say. Because last year it was Herbie.
Yeah.
So I'll say 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
All-Star MVP, Tess. You too, 3-time All-Star D-Boy. You too, Mr. A player who should be dominating this league, Rel. You too, Mr. Supposedly would be comeback player of the year, B-Dot, if he would actually show us a little bit more. Those are a lot of weapons you have on your team, Rep City. I'm never going to test Hood because Hood always gives you what he got. But everybody's focusing on Hood throwing for them getters. But at least them getters give him something. Right now, Rep City is not backing up their quarterback. They brought this kid, Nick, who's showing more fire than their veterans on this team. I expect a lot. I expected you to, coming out of the Western Conference, which was a harder conference, going to the East, I expected y'all to dominate because of the experience you have being on the West. And right now, you're showing me nothing. So if you want to be respected, if you want some respect in that Rep City, come to this league with fire and energy like everywhere else. Because if you don't, nobody's want to go to anything y'all are part of, let alone the city. So get it together because I expect a lot from y'all. The UFL expects a lot from y'all, and y'all should expect a lot from yourselves. Because we seen with the championship y'all won at Casino, when y'all on the same page, y'all can beat anybody. You lost to Carver by 5 in the playoffs. Show us something, because I haven't seen nothing since then. Now you can zoom it back to my partner. With that being said, we will wrap up this game. Rep City coming away with the disappointing win.
Yeah.
25
to say the least.
14. Real tough talk. Keeping it real, tough, and talking. We'll be right back. Next game up, we're going to have the Maniacs versus Bravehearts. Maniacs coming in off of a loss, basically their last game, losing to Carver Mob and 99 Problems. But they get their starting quarterback back, Mikey. We seen Rob throw during the season. I think Rob did a pretty good job, but I like the fact that they got their main guy, Mikey, back because he's more conservative. He's more of a check-down quarterback. He's not a high-risk, low-reward guy like Rob. He's not going to turn over the ball like Rob, and I think Mikey's the guy you got to go with.
I'm going to say that they actually didn't do that bad when Rob was quarterbacking. I mean, he was putting up points regardless of what team he played on. A lot of times when he took risk, when he threw downfield, they were dropping a lot of his passes as well. Yes, he turned over the ball, but they dropped a lot of passes too. So you can't necessarily blame where they're going right now because of Rob. I think Rob is a good quarterback that a lot of people
He does
underestimate.
not command the offense like Mikey does. Mikey's not rattled with anything going wrong. He is a guy that knows what's going on. I have not been a big Mikey fan in the past, but I'm going with Mikey Sniper because I think he's the better quarterback.
Well, I'm not saying that one quarterback is better than the other or anything like that. I'm talking about the situation that they're in right now. I think teams have changed since Mikey's been playing in this league. So I feel like Rob has shown that, you know, if he's able to make the throws that he can make, he can compete with his offense when he's at the helm. We haven't seen Mikey play yet in this league since he's been playing in the past. So I don't know. I can't really judge on Mikey yet.
We're going to also talk about Bravehearts. Bravehearts coming in. Right now they're having a disappointing season. They're just coming off of a loss also to them Getters. And this team has inside turmoil. Casey hasn't played the way that we thought he would. Macho, the guy who was the main part of this offense last year before he got injured, is not really showing anything. He hasn't really showed me anything that he's done in other leagues in this league. And heck, their all-star reserve last year, ball giver, wants to be traded. What's going on with that? That's a lot of turmoil baggage, which is causing them to have the record that they have.
And I can't necessarily pinpoint exactly what it is.
Give me one guy in this Braveheart team offensively that you're scared of.
I can't say that I can. Honestly, we gotta agree on that. They're not they don't have that person that can take over and command the game. They don't have that. So I feel like at the end of the day, they have to be on the same page. They have to be in rhythm. They have to play together in order for them to come up with the wins. And the funny thing, and the sad thing about it is they haven't.
Heck wants to be traded. I have rumors, sources telling me that Goon Squad is interested, which I think is a disrespect to their ball giver, Chris. But Heck doesn't want to play ball giver. Heck wants to play offense, which is something that this Goon Squad team is also struggling with. So we're going to have to see how that goes down. Both of these teams coming in with a lot of turmoil, a lot of situations. So we're going to have to see what's going on. You're going to have Bravehearts getting the ball on first down. Casey's going to throw the receiver in the gap for a nice gain, getting the ball moving. And one play later, Casey's going to find prime time in the middle of the end zone for the touchdown with the extra point. 7-zip, Bravehearts is good, is up. And I like this guy, prime time. He's been stepping up. He's been the only thing to talk about on this Bravehearts offense other than the disarray of the offense. I like this guy prime time. He's been stepping up this season. He finds the end zone again.
And they need somebody to step up like that in order for their offense to get anything done, because nobody has shown up in these last couple of games. We haven't seen anything about Trey. We haven't seen anything about Mach. So Primetime had to be the person to step up. He does here, and hopefully we'll see more of everybody else play after this score.
You're going to have second down. Mikey's going to have the ball for Maniacs. He's going to throw a pass to Eli in the middle for a decent gain. Then you're going to have Mikey toss it up on fourth down. It's going to be tipped and caught by Arboro for the touchdown, giving them a 7-6 back in the game. Nice strike by them. Mikey does whatever he needs to do to score, and he scores here.
Yeah, but I mean,
he scored.
He scored.
Doesn't matter how he did it. It's a touchdown, 7-6.
Listen, at the end of the day, yes, it's 6 points at the end of the day. But hopefully he can have a more precise
My gotta
drive.
be hopefully he scored.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm saying this. You're not going to get past every time on a defense throwing a ball like that on a play like that. It's not going to always work. So all I'm saying is hopefully it can be a little bit cleaner in the next drive.
Second down, you're going to have Casey with the ball. He's going to throw deep to an open Dre, but it's going to be incomplete. And you're going to have them on fourth down, Bravehearts with the ball. And at the 10-yard, Casey on fourth down at the 10-yard line. He's going to throw the receiver in the end zone, but it's going to be dropped and turnover on downs. I know we've been talking about Casey's play, but his offense has not helped them. There's been a lot of drop passes this season. Him and Mach are on the same level. His other receivers aren't helping him, and they turn over the ball, giving it back to the Maniacs. On second down, Mike is going to throw short to Robert, who's going to run it in for a nice game. Robert coming off of that big injury of the sprained ankle against Carver, and he's playing here today, definitely making his impact felt, his game felt. Mike's going to roll to the left, throw to Robert for the first down, but it's going to be incomplete, turnover on downs. Once again, I give a guy a compliment, and he lets me down. Turnover on downs, gives the ball back to Braveheart.
Well, like I said, the way that they had the last drive, they weren't going to necessarily go that far if they kept it up that way. And obviously, the defense on the Bravehearts kind of, picked up on it, and it actually shut them down this drive and stopped them cold. Hopefully, again, Mike can fix it, because if not, they're going to have a long game.
Casey's going to throw short to Troy, who's going to run it for a nice game. I like Troy. He's coming all the way to Brooklyn to get some playing time to play with this team. And they need to get him the ball more. He needs to be more involved in the offense. I don't care if you call screens for him. I don't care what you call. This guy shows toughness. This guy shows heart. He's going to give you everything you got. You have to include it more in your offensive attack. On third down, Casey's going to throw the prime time in the middle to get into the red zone. Then Casey's going to throw left of the end zone. He's going to knock away turnover on downs, taking us into the halftime 7-6.
And right now, both teams aren't necessarily playing the way that they need to play. I feel like they scored one time, pretty much, and it seems like it's back and forth from there. Both teams show that they're struggling, and it's going to be the one team that actually is able to fix it throughout the game to come up with this win. We just don't know who yet.
And you're going to see this play, this right here, and this is what I like to call, what is this guy doing? I mean, I always like a good old hold down dance, but what is he doing?
Listen, at the end of the day, I don't know if he heard about the dance-off contest or whatever. It seemed like he was just in the moment and he just wanted to dance. And you know what? He got to get an honorable mention for that because nobody had to tell him to dance. He just felt like doing it. He was in the moment and he's ready to go. Touchdown or no, he's ready to celebrate. I guess because it's a good day. I'm not mad at him, and that's why he got some screen time just now.
Second down, you're going to have Mikey with the ball. He's going to make a quick throw, and the ball's going to bounce off the receiver and intercepted by Bobby, giving the ball back to Bravehearts. And you got to help Mikey out. I've been saying he's the guy that they should have throwing. He's making good throws. His team is not helping him. This one is definitely not on him. Intercepted by Bobby, giving the ball back to Braveheart.
And that's because when Mikey went for a quick throw, his receiver wasn't ready for it. I mean, he wasn't looking on the line. He wasn't doing what he needed to, not connecting with the quarterback. And that leads to turnovers almost every single time, and it leads to a quick one here.
And you're going to have Casey getting the ball back. He's going to get blitzed and throw deep to Dre, which is not Casey's game. And he's going to end up throwing the interception to Kenny, giving the ball back to the Maniacs. And this is something that is a big disappointment for the former comeback player of the year, most improved player. You can't make these mistakes if you're Casey. This is not your game. You're not a downfield guy. You do it here and get yourself in trouble, giving the ball right back to Maniacs. You're going to have Mikey get the ball. He's going to throw deep to Eli. Eli's going to get flagged for pass interference, which prevents the interception. I like the play by him. He saw the ball going to be picked off. He played defense, pushed the guy, definitely stopped the turnover. After getting the first down, Mikey's going to throw to Robin in the middle for a nice game. On second down, Mikey's going to be sacked by Dave. But you're going to come to fourth, last down. Mikey's going to toss it up. It's going to be bobbled and turnover on downs. I think the big play with Dave with the sack. We've seen Dave get involved in a lot of sacks this year for this Braveheart team. Another chance here, gives them back the ball.
And he's probably one of the main guys that you talk about on defense. Dave is always playing hard, always giving the defense a chance to get the quarterback, stopping the offense. Dave has been doing a lot for this defense, and he shows it here again by pretty much causing a turnover from that early play. And this is what the Bravehearts need to spark their offense, a defense that's fired up and is ready to shut down the opposing offense.
Bravehearts is going to end up getting the ball, but they're going to punt, giving it back to these Maniacs. Remember, it's only 7-6. Mike is going to throw the ball in the middle. It's going to always be picked off, but they can't come up. Bravehearts can't come up with the play. Mike is going to throw it to a wide open receiver. He's going to stop running. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Like I said, offense not helping him. Mike is going to, on 4 runs, toss it up. Just getting the ball that was going to be tipped and caught by Kaz for the touchdown, putting them up with the extra point. 13-7. My man, Mikey, a.k.a. Sniper, touchdown.
Listen, at the end of the day, normally at any other game, we would say, how is this happening? But at the end of the day, it's happened twice already. So you give it some, obviously they know what they're doing. Those throw-up tip passes, they're working because the Bravehearts haven't done nothing to stop it. And Mikey pretty much put up two scores just like that. So I feel like at the end of the day, he knows what he's doing. The defense is actually putting up points however they're doing it, and they're taking advantage of Braveheart's weak defense.
Casey's going to get the ball back. He's going to drive downfield in a few plays. Nice drive by Casey. Then on last down at the 10, he's going to pass it in the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Turnover on downs. Maniacs is going to get the ball back, run the clock out, ending the game 13-7. Maniacs with a nice win, putting that Braveheart team to 1-3.
And right now, the Bravehearts is who we need to talk about right now because they have a lot of problems. This is not a game that the way that they lost this game was not a way that they needed to lose. First of all, we're not going to say that Bravehearts are going to put up 80 points in the game. Obviously, that's not the case. But at the end of the day, they weren't able to put nothing up besides those 7 points to prime time, which is pretty much their shining light on offense the last couple games. So I feel like there's a lot of problems for this team, especially on offense. If they don't get anything going on offense, I think they're for a lot of trouble going to the latter end of the season. They need to fix it real quick. If not, a lot of things will be in question for them.
Well, it's like Bill Parcells said, you are what your records say you are. This is a 1-3 team. They don't have a lot of talent, and they're so worried about internal problems that they can't bring more talent in. They expected to bring in Nicholas, who was supposed to help this offense, but he went to Rep City. And I think that was a big hit on KC because he finally had a weapon that can go downfield. And at least when he's in trouble and throws a ball up because his lack of arm strength, can go get the ball and make a play. He doesn't have one of those receivers on his field. Macho's not that type of receiver. Macho's a possession receiver who can't get the possession of the ball. Joel wasn't here. I don't think Joel wants to play with this team anymore. This team is in disarray. Now, can they turn it around? Absolutely. But they need their leaders to step up and be leaders and stop worrying about the BS. If Heck doesn't want to be here, trade him. Get something that you need and value. Don't force anybody to be a part of the crew that doesn't want to be a part of the crew.
And that pretty much sums it up. I mean, you're supposed to be able to ride with your team, win or lose. Obviously, things are not necessarily going the way that they want, but sometimes things don't start the way you want. You're able to fix it. You are called a team when you're able to get through that type of adversity and come together and fix it towards the end of the season, make it happen.
And Maniacs come away with another win. They're 2-2 after coming off of 2 losses last week. They got their starting quarterback back. The question is, what happens with Rob? Is he trade bait? Because there's a lot of teams that can use that quarterback. He can get the ball downfield. He can make some nice throws. And we're going to have to see what happens. Are they going to trade him? What they're going to do? But that being said, we're going to wrap this game up. 13-7, Maniacs with the big win to move to 2-2. Next game up is going to have Goon Squad versus Sour Factory. Now, we're going to see the debut of Sour Factory, who was supposed to debut last week, but they ended up getting a forfeit to Rep City. And Dave, the big signing that Sour Factory made, asked for his release. He would no longer play on this Sour Factory team. He was frustrated with the fact that the team didn't show up to their debut, so he decided to ask for his release, and he's gone. Goon Squad come in 0-3. Definitely not the way that they expected to be. Definitely with all the talent on this team, not where they want it to be. I think they have time to turn it around. I think crazy situation with Cornbread is becoming a distraction. I heard that sources told me that they squashed it. But this is pretty much the stuff that Cornbread is going through a lot of his plays because I don't think they respect him as a coach.
And at the end of the day, your team is as strong as its leader. So not to say that I completely agree with the fact that, it should go on bread and everything like that. But at the end of the day, it is up to the leader to fix his team. And it's up to Bread to take charge. Guys who's going to be a distraction, you may have to just let them go because sometimes those distractions may be hindrances more than helps. And so a coach has to be the one to make the decision at the end of the day. What's hurting your team, what's helping your team, and which is more important to you? And I feel like those are questions only Bread can answer at this point.
Well, we're going to jump right into the game. Like I said, Sour Factory no longer has Dave, and they picked up Eddie from Raw. Eddie was a good addition to this Raw team last year. He went back and forth with time with Casey the year before. He played more receiver last year. Casey really went to the helmet, so he came in to save him when came up with a big win that they needed. He helped them get to the number 2 seed. So we're going to have to see how he's able to help the Sour Factory team. On third down, you're going to have Eddie throw it to the receiver on the sideline. We're going to make a nice catch for a big gain. The question is, did Eddie get the ball off? I think Eddie got it off. I think it's a bang-bang play. I think it was a good call by the official. Completion.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree on you on that. I think if you slow it down just a tad, you can see that Miguel actually got the tag on Eddie for the sack.
But there's no camera during the play. The camera's faster than the eye. The ref didn't see it. Good call. Got the ball off. Let's get to the next one. On last down, with great blocking, Eddie's able to throw it to Josh in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. Eddie doing what he do. You give him time, he gonna find somebody. He finds Josh here, touchdown.
And Eddie is a person that I didn't expect to step up in the Hamburg Sour Factory. But at the end of the day, it looks like a good fit so far because Eddie's helping to move the offense. He's connecting with receivers right off the bat. And Sour Factory is up 6 points right now because of Eddie's play moving the offense.
Second down, Pito with the ball. He's going to get sacked by Josh as he was throwing the ball. Or you're going to have the next down. Pito's going to throw deep to the receivers and he's broken up by Mimi and Goon Squad is going to end up having a punt. And this has been the problem with Pito. And Brett should have known this with Pito coming in. He's not mobile. He's a home run hitter. And unless you got a guy who can stretch the field, he's no good to you. Now, we've seen the guys stretch the field, Bishop, Joe, but they're not superstar players. He doesn't have a superstar player. I think he needs a guy that can go over the middle. You got guys that can stretch the field, and that caters to Pito. But give me somebody that he can either throw it in the middle when he's in trouble, or a check down receiver or running back.
Well, on this, I don't even feel like all of those problems are the issue. I feel like the main thing that they don't have, no structure, no play calling. When you don't have any type of play calling for certain situations, then all you're going to do is be at disarray, and when defenses lock up, it's going to be a turnover almost every single time. If they have any type of style of play calling, I think that will be the difference. Right now, they don't have it, and it shows this turnover.
You're going to have Goon Squad punting, giving the ball to Sour Factory. Sour Factory is going to return the favor. They're going to punt, giving it back to Goon Squad. Pito's going to throw a pass to Rob for a big game. That Goon Squad cannot score even though they're in the red zone. They're going to turn the ball over now and giving it back to Sour Factory. Remember, it's only 6-zip. Second down, Eddie's going to get sacked by Chris. And we've seen Chris, play up and down. Definitely had a good season. Last season starting off, then he disappeared. We're going to see what he brings to this team. Finally gets in the stat books with a sack. Then on second down, you're going to have Eddie going deep to a wide open Mimi for the touchdown. Nobody's going to pick up Mimi here. 12-0 Goon Squad. And if you look at this play right here, 12-0, Sour Factory. Nobody's on Mimi. He's wide open. This is something that cannot happen if you're Goon Squad. But they don't hang their hat on defense. They don't play very good defense and leave Mimi, who's a guy who's very familiar with the end zone, get it again. 12-0.
And obviously, there's no communication at all on his Goon Squad defense. And when Mimi was in his route, he saw the opening, I'm guessing, right as he went off the line, and he ran right crossing across the field, and Eddie was able to pinpoint him and throw the ball right where Mimi needed the ball. That was an easy touchdown for this offense, and that shows how struggling this Goon Squad defense is.
You're going to have Pito with the ball back. He's going to throw it up. It is going to be incomplete, taking the 6.5, 12-0. And this is the problem. You brought Pito to put up points, and you have nothing. So that's the problem. We've seen him go through this with the Generals. The last time we seen Pito successful was with Animal Planet. And that's basically with Storm giving him blocks. We've never seen the team leave a blocker for him so he could give him more time. And unless you have that strategy and style, it's not going to work for Pito.
Well, at the end of the day, one thing you notice in this game, he didn't really go downfield this game. He struggled chopping down the field completely. Like, he didn't get anything going. He didn't really go downfield this game, which is something that you usually see him doing. Sometimes you don't want him to risk going downfield, but you don't go away from your style. Pito stretches the field, and when he's not doing that at all, I think that he's going to be even less successful than he is already.
You're going to have Goon Squad getting the ball back, and they cannot get the first down. They're going to turn the ball over on down. You're going to have Eddie getting blitzed on third. He's going to throw a pass in the middle for a nice game. Then you're going to have Sour Factory not able to move the ball after that. They're going to turn it over, giving it back to Goon Squad. Remember, it's only 12-0. Goon Squad is going to move the ball on 2 plays, and after the first down, but they're going to get no further. It's going to be a turnover down again, giving the ball back to Sour Factory. Eddie on third down is going to run the ball for a big game and a first down. Then you're going to have Eddie. He's going to get blitzed and sacked by Connie, but Eddie's running the clock. He wants to get sacked. Sour Factory is going to punt, but Goon Squad is not going to have enough time to move the ball with Bishop at quarterback. They're going to end up losing the game 12-0. Sour Factory with the big win.
And pretty much Sour Factory comes right out the gate in their first actual playing game with a win. And I feel like Eddie fit right into the package for this team, and I feel like even though Dave, might have been successful with this team, I feel like it worked out with Eddie at the end. They get their first win of the season, and it's pretty much all up from there if Eddie is able to fit in this team the way he did in this game.
Goon Squad had the ball 5 times and no points. 5 times they had the ball, and they did not score. That's not what you brought this team together for. You had Bishop, couldn't find the end zone. Crazy, couldn't find the end zone. Why did you get this Pito quarterback if you cannot find the end zone? You should not be getting shut out by Sound Factory, who's only playing their actual first game of the season.
Listen.
This is very embarrassing to this Goon Squad team. I expected a lot more from them, and I'm very disappointed in this team.
At the end of the day, they didn't do anything right in this game. I'm sorry to say, they didn't even play good defense this game. It was just either Sound Factory turn over the ball themselves or whatnot. It was not Goon Squad doing anything good. And at the end of the day, they have problems on both sides of the field. It's not just offense. Their team looks bad. Their team looks it's looking like a bust for the season so far, because they have no they started playing some big teams in the beginning of the season.
They should have.
They came up short.
They had a chance to
but
beat
at the end of the day, they themselves came up short. It wasn't that the other team was better than them. They came up short, and ever since that first game with the U, they've been looking worse and worse and worse and worse.
Who's the leaders on this team? I was told that Bishop is their defensive captain. Bishop, one of a type player that's out of control. Pito doesn't talk. He's very quiet. He's more to himself, so he don't have that leadership on offense. You see how crazy he is, the big offseason pickup that they had. He's a guy who can be selfish at times. Then you look at Cornbread, who's leading the bunch. Man, he's a firecracker ready to explode. With all these different fiery personalities, who is your organizer? Who is your leader? They don't have one, which is why they're 0-4. It's not because of talent, because they got talent. They got a former MVP in Bishop. They have a former All-Star in Crazy. They have a former All-Star in Chris. They have a lot of players on this team that can make plays. They got a quarterback player of the year, a quarterback of the year in Pito. They have a former All-Star in Joe. They have weapons. The problem is you have no leaders. There's no leadership. There's no, and I should say this is the main thing, discipline on this team.
Well, I was going to say structure, but it's the same thing.
They don't want to win. They want to play football, but they don't want to win, which is why they're 0-4.
And at the end of the day, I can't say what else they need to do. I feel at this point they have to figure it out for themselves because, on paper, they have something good, but other than that, they haven't shown anything.
I have sources that say that they're looking for another quarterback. Now, I haven't heard that from anybody on the team, but my sources says that they're considering getting another quarterback. Like I said, that's what my sources are telling me. I haven't heard that out of Cornbread's mouth. He always says Pito's his guy. But my inside sources on the team said that they're thinking about getting another quarterback. You picked up Pito in the offseason to steer the ship, and now in the 4th game of the season, you're looking for a new quarterback?
I'm not going to go ahead and say that I agree with that decision. If they're making
rumors get said.
Of course, rumors get said. But I'm saying let's just put it this way and say it's true. I wouldn't agree with that decision because at the end of the day, this is a quarterback that they was supposed to ride with throughout the season.
Not looking anything like the quarterback of the year.
It hasn't looked good, but at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the season, when they first started, they were moving the ball. They were putting up points. They came up short a couple times because, certain times either the defense came up short. Certain guys would drop passes for Pito when he's throwing it. So I can't always blame everything on Pito. Everybody should be to blame on this team. And if they don't take accountability for each and every person on the team, it's going to look like this throughout the season. And it's going to be pretty much a bust.
Sound Factory, they took a nice win. They came in after coming off of a forfeit. They won. Listen, we still don't know a lot about them. I don't know if Eddie's their quarterback for the season. I don't know if Mimi's their only weapon on offense. But at the end of the day, they got the win 12-0. So we're going to congratulate that team and welcome to the UFL family. We're going to take another break. We'll be back right now with Real Tough Talk. Sound Factory with the big win over Goon Squad, 12-0.
Go ahead.
Yo, this is Joe, a.k.a. Pink, from 99 Problems. You watching Real Tough Talk. Holla.
Next game up, we're going to have 99 Problems versus UNT. Now, the thing about 99 Problems that I like is Mr. Joe, and Mr. Joe. That guy is a beast, and you should be seeing some things right now on the screen with what he does. This guy's a beast. This team is going to go as far as he could take them, and he's taking them far right now. He's looking like an MVP right now.
Well, I would say at least he's looking at Defensive Player of the Year as a candidate already, and we haven't even gotten to half the season yet, and he's looking as a Defensive Player candidate, Defensive Player of the Year. You know, obviously a potential MVP, but pretty much one thing we could say as a fact is he's pretty much doing everything that he can for this team to come up with wins. They came up short a lot of times, even with his high caliber play. Hopefully everybody else in the team can step up a little bit more and kind of seal a deal for him.
And UNC, I like the team. You know, Obi's a good quarterback, definitely has a lot of speed. I like the way he moves the ball with his feet, similar to like a Johnny Manziel or a Mariota from the Titans. He can move the ball. The guy has a lot of speed. The problem is he's a risk taker, goes downfield, and it costs him a lot of interceptions, which we've seen him do this season.
And pretty much one thing that's surprising is for the speed that he has, he also has a downfield arm that can surprise you. And it's surprised a lot of defenses this season. So it's kind of hard to predict which play he's going to go for, either downfield or taking it with his feet, and that can actually confuse defenses. It's all up to how the other guys play for him and, you know, how they run their routes, how they get open, and the design for their offense is going to be key to them winning this game.
And we're going to see 99 Problems go with a different starter. They got Los, and the backup quarterback is, who was throwing before? You have Los. Hecko. But they're going with TJ. TJ's a starter today. I don't know what's the reason. I don't think Los was here on time, and they had TJ start. But we're going to have to see how he does. We're going to jump right into the game. TJ's going to throw a pass to Joe in the gap. Joe with a nice catch for the first down. And if you want to get things started, find Joe, and he'll do some things. On last down, TJ's going to find Javon in the end zone, but Javon gets flagged for a push-off, which replays it down. Javon is too big and tall to be getting called for a push-off. He does here, which is very sad because the guy's like 6'4", and he shouldn't have to do it. 99 Problems going to end up turning off the ball next down, giving the ball back to UNT. Definitely a sad performance by this offense led by Javon with the big push-off. Second down, you're going to see Obi at blocks. He's going to run for a nice gain, which is what he does. And on third down, Obi's going to scramble, but he's going to get sacked by Javon, forcing UNT to punt. And if you use Obi, you should not be getting caught by Javon. You're faster than him. But it seems like Javon got the best of me with a big sack, causing him to punt.
Well, even though Javon is fast, even though Obi's fast, you know, Javon makes up for it with his height. So I guess it makes Obi hesitate on the throw, and it gives Javon that extra second to make the sack.
Yeah.
That's good defense by Javon, keeping Obi in the pocket and getting that sack.
Third down, you're going to have TJ with the ball. He's going to throw it up to Davi in the sideline, incomplete. We haven't seen Davi really show much. I know he talks about a lot of the play he did back in the past, but it's right now in the future, we haven't really seen him do nothing this season. 99 Problems going to end up punting. On second down, Obi's going to scramble, throw it deep to the receiver. Just past the defender is going to be caught for a first down. Then on third down on forward rush, Obi's going to run for a nice gain all the way to the 10-yard line. Like I said, I love Obi's feet. Definitely a fast guy, can get where he wants on the field and does it here again. Last down, 99 Problems going to rush two guys. Obi's going to end up throwing it up, but it's going to be intercepted by Joe, giving the ball back to 99 Problems. Joe's 5th interception of the year. Looking good. Back in the stat book, Mr. Joe.
So we got to get it right because I'm pretty sure he's tallying up the numbers, and we have to make sure we're doing it too. But at the end of the day, Joe is there. Anytime the offense makes a mistake, Joe is in the vicinity. He makes an interception for his team and gets his offense rolling back. Gets his offense with another chance to put up points in this game.
Los is going to come back in. Now he's into the game. He's in the game now. He's going to throw short to Joe, who's going to run for a huge gain in the first down. Then next play, he's going to throw it on the sideline, but it's going to be intercepted by Eric and missed it easy. Giving the ball back to UNT. That's the play that bothers me about Los. He just gets here, He gets in the game, he finds Joe, and then he throws a pick. You can't do this if you're Los. They brought you here to be the starting quarterback. You haven't started nothing but problems.
Well, it's the same as when a quarterback comes in. Well, not a quarterback, a pitcher in baseball that comes in without warming up. When he starts pitching without warming up, he's going to be off target. And obviously, Los was off target on his throw. And obviously, he didn't see the defense. So Eric was able to take advantage of that and get the interception. Los coming in late kind of hurts him and the team because it caused a turnover right off the bat.
UNT is not able to capitalize on interception. They're going to end up punting. None of that problems are going to go to punt, but get flagged for a late throw, giving them the penalty on the spot. On second down, Obi's going to get blitzed and throw it up, but it's going to be picked off by Joe. Another interception to add to the trophy case, taking us into the halftime 0-0.
And, as one thing I got to say is after Joe's interception, he has a celebration dance after the interception.
Right.
He celebrates in the middle of the field. But it's a lot to celebrate because this team is really throwing to your side all day, and he's, pretty much picking up interception after interception. It seems like quarterbacks do not learn not to throw it in Joe's vicinity because he's going to catch it and get an interception almost every single time.
And as you can see, like I said, that is Joe's. That intro that he just had, he had 4 coming into this one. That is his second, which gives him 6.
Yes.
You told me the
yeah, that was my fault.
He has 6 right now coming into this game with 4. Just had his second pick of the day. Second down, Obi's going to get sacked by Junior, forcing UNT to punt. Obi's not doing anything, not what we used to seeing him do. I think it's because they're neutralizing his run, which causing him to make mistakes. They're going to have to punt. On third down, Los is going to throw deep to Javon. The ball's going to be short and bobbled, but caught by Roulette for the interception, giving the ball back to UNT. You see Los throw a second interception in the game. And what are you doing, Los? You should know better than this. You've been a part of better pedigrees in this, and you can't turn over the ball like this. You're killing your team right now. Another turnover by Los.
And it's just crazy how the interception happened on this in this play. It's like it bounces off of the guy's hands, bounces off his feet, and Roulette is able to come up with the ball. Either way, it was a bad throw because all you saw was defenders touching the ball. You didn't see no receivers getting any chance at the ball. And unfortunately for 99, at least an interception and a turnover. And now, all it takes is for UNT to take advantage and take over this game.
Second down, Obi's going to throw it deep to the receiver, but it's going to be intercepted by Joe, who's going to shake the receiver here for a nice gain. That got to be a top 5 play. Hopefully you can see it. You can see the great move by Joe. If you can see between these guys, another interception by Joe, which is going to give him 7 interceptions. Great play by Joe.
Well, pretty much it's become the Joe show this game, just like every other game. Every time you throw every time you throw a bad throw, every single time, well, I would say almost every single time, it's a pickoff by Joe. Joe makes something happen, and the offense needs to capitalize because Joe's pretty much doing everything to put them in the position to win this game.
Second down, Los is going to end up finding Jesse in the end zone for the touchdown, with Javon getting an extra point, 7-0. Definitely Los finally getting something to be proud about, throwing a touchdown pass, giving them a 7-0 lead. Then on first down, Obi gets the ball back. He's going to throw a screen to the receiver with nice blocks and a huge gain. He's going to get him far, but offensive flag on the offense for blocking too early. We're going to end up replaying it down. On last down, Obi's going to throw to the receiver in the middle, but he's going to stop running, and it's going to be intercepted by who? Mr. J.
Who else?
O.E. Joe. His 8th interception of the season, 4th in this game. What a play by Joe. Los is going to end up getting sacked to end the game. Willie with the sack. He was doing it on purpose. Wanted the clock to run out. They're going to win. 99 Problems are going to take a really close win, 7-0.
Pretty much ends. I'm not even going to say end the game. That ends the Joe show for today.
Right.
Because pretty much all we've been seeing was Joe with the interception, Joe with the interception, Joe with the interception, Joe with the interception. That's all I remember in this game. Joe pretty much doing everything in his power to keep his offense on the field, and finally Los and the offense gets it together and puts points on the board. They have to play they have to be more successful than 1 touchdown for 4 interceptions for Joe. They have to do more than that, but eventually they come up with the win anyway. So it's a good day for them regardless of how
It's
you
a
put it.
defensive game, and Joe's showing the ability to be a lockdown safety. He can find the ball. He can track it all over the field. He's making plays. And he's not only making plays versus bad teams. He make plays versus good teams, too.
Yes, he had 2 against Primetime in the
Exactly.
previous week, so it's not like it's just fluke interceptions. So this guy's a defender, and he's making plays for his defense. The thing about it is, why haven't teams learned not to throw in this area anymore? Because he's going to make a play on it. Why haven't they learned to make strategies to get around his defense? Either take advantage of the other side because nobody else is showing anything. Why keep throwing it to this man? He's going to pick it off almost every single time.
I think they like to see him dance. Dance, baby, dance. Dancing was pretty good. He has to be up there, definitely up there for one of the top 5 plays. So that's going to be interesting at the
Top
end of the show.
5 plays, the dance off.
We're gonna have to
this
see at the
man
end of the
wants
show.
everything right
We're
now.
going to see at the end of the show what happens with him here, how does he do. But we're going to take another break, 7-0, 99 Problems, the big win over UNC. We're going to go on a break. Real Tough Talk. We'll be right back.